Okay. Hey, I did something behind the scenes during the weekend. I wrote a shader for wind. Oh, that's right, I wanted to check something. Oh, it repair noise. Okay, so check that. So right now it's applied to the whole screen, but eventually I'm gonna apply this wave effect only to the leaves. So you can sort of see this sort of little wavy effect right there. So this is gonna make it look like the plants are moving and they are animated. Also, this is gonna be done on the this is gonna be done on the assets like this. So those assets are gonna be a little bit animated to be in the wind, just a bit. Like just that alone, it gives a bit of life to the game. It makes the art look less flat. Very subtle. Yeah, like just that. If you only look at the leaves, like ignore everything else, This really adds like this little touch. Okay, anyway, that's not what I want to work on today. And I'm gonna close this. Okay. Last time I did my undo redo on my map editor. And this was done using something I called an history set. So it has do action, undo action. Now I want to do something even better than that. Okay. I want to create an actual data type pretty much. This thing bound, it now has a list of islands. So instead of using a list, I need to create something that is almost like a list, but it preserves the history of all the actions I'm doing on it. Maybe I call this like an H list. Dum, 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 dum. And this new thing would have some primitives, some primitive actions. So instead of like creating this sort of big code right there, this would be all handled automatically by this new object. Hovered element. So this whole thing, first of all, I need to rewrite a little bit. Undo, redo. Undo history, redo history. So this is now useless. I wonder if there's already something done about what I'm trying to do. What is that? Generic undo reduce stack in C#. While working on that, I need to implement a customized undo redo. There's a video. Go something simple. Let me explain the example scenario I want. I command. A comment is some actions that you're going to add. Okay, so they have I command do undo. So this is similar to what I have, which I call history set. Do action, undo action of type T. So a command is something that can do something and it also knows about how to undo it. Take a look. Now at the generic type T. Notice that it is both input and return type. T is the thing the do and undo commands will operate on. Okay, interesting. The do and undo commands will then return the modified T object or a new T object that will replace the one that was passed in. Integers and strings are immutable, so clearly the return object will be a new integer or a new string. But suppose T is a rich text box, then you will probably return the same rich text box after the command has made its change. Okay, then moving on. Add in command. Let's create a concrete instance of iCommand which has an integer value to an existing integer. Add int command of type int. Value, okay, add int command. Okay. Okay, this is interesting. So you pass in an input and then you do plus value, undo minus value. So it's when instantiating add in command, it is initialized with an integer value. Okay, that's what I wasn't understanding. Like, where's the value coming from? But you're doing this on the side. Or if you like, you can use the default constructor and set the value via the property. This is the value that will be added when the command is executed. Notice that the do command adds value to the input. The undo command subtracts value from the input. Makes sense. Undo, redo, stack. Alright, we're almost done, really. The last piece is the class that will store the and manage command operations. The undo, redo, stack. Here's the code. I'll explain it below. Public class undo, redo, stack. Right now, what is my stack doing anyway? Okay, so I'm pushing HS to the past. Okay, so those are just held right here. A stack of history set. In his case, he sets a stack of I command of type T. Okay, public int undo count. Get undo that count, redo count, okay. Undo, redo stack, reset. Okay, reset is here. Undo, okay, so this is just resetting. Do command input. So you're doing the command on the input. T output equal command do input. Push this command. Redo clear. Okay, that's good. Undo. If undo count is more than 0, okay. Pop, push, return. Okay, so that's pretty much what I'm already doing. Redo. If redo is more than 0. Command.do. Okay, this is all pretty nice. The undo redo stack is pretty simple. It's only data member or 2 stacks. Finally, the methods on the undo redo stack are the following: do, undo, redo. It's kind of funny, we came up with a similar algorithm. Let's look at all the examples. Execute the add commands 4 times. 10, 11, 12, 13. In this example, we're performing commands on the integer parameters count. Each command will add a value to count. We first add 10, hit the result, yeah, good. 46. Now let's undo the last 2 commands. Your undo redo, okay. So do, undo, undo. Redo, 46. We could do this all day, but I think you get the picture. Look below for full-scale unit test method where you can explore examples like this in your own code. Expanding your solutions. Clearly, most undo redo scenarios will not involve a single command like addInt command. You'll need to create additional concrete commands similar to addInt command. Undo redo for strings. Meanwhile, if you decide to expand on this article and create an undo redo stack strings, you'll need to create some commands like append, insert, delete, replace, or whatever. Then you might have something that can be used as follow. Append command 4. Oops, undo, continue appending. 4 score and 6 years. 4 score and 7 years ago. A potentially helpful addition to the undo redo stack class is a set of methods that will add to the comment to the I'm not sure I understood that part. When you execute undo or redo the command. Oh, okay, I see. So it's a way to manage the undo redo stack separately. That's something I need to learn to do at some point. Unit test. Link. Test tool unit testing. Okay, that was insightful, I guess. Okay. So I'm gonna need to create this sort of new, bigger part of this. History set inverse. I like my design more than what I just read. Right now this has no idea what it's doing, the undo or redo on. Which is nice. So did I just call this a history list or something? And do I create a new sort of system? Undo, redo, system. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. New item. Let's call this, yeah, history list. This should not compile. I can swear I'm always closing those. Build started. I really want to see the output text. Can't I? Where's to see the debug. Where is it? Output? Oh, it's showing now. Two succeeded. Well, that was fun. Okay, so now there's this new file. Let's copy that. Undo, redo. History list. What is that? Goal. Oh, that's a structure, interesting. How do we do this? I forgot. Dun, 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 dun. Can I use like any variable here? I can. list of type T. Okay. That's what I don't get. Like, this is literally the same thing, but one of them can be called, maybe it's part of the imports system, generic text. Maybe it comes from like link. It does. Okay, so there's gonna be a remove at. Okay. I think that can be public. Public. Make history, that should be private. Bam, bam. Okay. I'm pretty much just adding a layer over a list. Actually, add. Oh, they call it item, nice. 1, 2. Okay, it's working. Wow, this is taking forever to build. Okay, sorry about that. I'm trying to think how I can engineer this so that it's nice and easy. So add item. Last index, this comes from here. Hey Corum, how are you doing? Hey, check that. Oh, nice. Yeah, there's like a lot of text in that. How do you translate? Do they give you the text files, or are those like already available? Are you getting paid for that? Okay, check that. If you notice, there's a subtle waving effect now. Like ever so slightly, a little wave. Eventually, this waving is only gonna be applied. Eventually, the waving thing is only gonna be applied to the leaves. Oh, so you're... So are you doing an official translation, or is this like a fan translation? Also, the waving is going to be applied to this. So all those assets in the game, they're gonna be ever so slightly in the wind. Just a bit. Hey, by the way, welcome to the stream, Adenpoken. Adepoken. Kennen. Every time I say it differently. So yeah, this is gonna be a bit in the wind, so it's gonna look really alive. Like this is already alive. Like obviously it sucks that it's applied to the terrain, to the ground, like everything else. It's also applied to the player. Also, it's applied to my menus right now. So everything in the game has a waving effect. So eventually it's only going to be applied to the leaves. But I just wanted to do that for as a proof of concept. And you'd think this is hard to do, but this is surprisingly really easy. It's like super easy, in fact. Like, look how easy it is. It's just a bit of math. Yeah, it's a shader. Look at that. I made this thing called a wind shader. All that I'm doing is like using a sin. That's pretty much the big thing. So I take like the coordinates, and then this gives me a value between -1 and 1, and then I multiply it by this sort of wind direction. It's just a vector, so it points in like a direction. So essentially I'm doing a vector times this thing so between -1 and 1, and then I give it some strength, and then I just use this wind to modify my coordinate. So essentially all that I'm doing is modifying the coordinate at every pixel by a certain value, and this value gets modified by the x and y. So it's never going to be exactly the same for each pixels. And then with this time variable, so essentially it's cyclical since it's a sin. So essentially this sort of value does that for every pixel in the direction of whatever vector I'm using. And then to make it work with my screen, so I also have a ratio. This ratio is like the values of the height of my screen and the horizontal, the vertical. So in other words, when I resize my screen, well actually, right now it doesn't work well with the zooming. I'll need to figure out, because like the further away I am, the bigger the effect on the ground, so it's kind of bad. You can notice it, like it's gonna wave a lot. Big waves. Like it's really cool, but it's not, it's like too much for this size. Eventually I need to like add the size of the pixels. Anyway. So with the size of the screen, I'm able to resize the screen. And as far as I can tell, this shouldn't have a bigger effect. It should be exactly the same. So that's pretty cool. Pretty freaking cool. Like just this gives like so much like life. Also obviously I still have my shader for the night. Okay. I think I need to have this value last index. I could call this index. So right now I'm just creating a list that's going to remember the whole history of everything that is done. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Remove at index. And then I can do make history A B. I'm just playing this music on a loop because I like it. Hopefully that you guys like it too. Delete. Let's start with delete. Public void delete. Should I just remove at instead? Yeah. Remove at. Index. They remove I wonder if I should do hlist.get. Was there an what's the difference between element at? Why would I use enumerate? This seems like a silly question. Because enumerable is more generic in a collection represented by. So they're saying don't use that. For all enumeration in C#, I didn't use it quite often as I like the common API. A slight nitpicking. Who that wants to access? Okay, so there's like no reason for me to use anything. To use element that. Okay, so save that, recopy that. Put that there. Put that there. Add the removed item. Make history a B. Okay, remove add insert. Oh, they are using insert. Oh, right, I'm about to make a mistake. Okay, I want actually another concept than just make history. I want to have a way to group actions. In other words, do a series of action on the list. And almost like a commit in Git. You commit, and then you push. No, wait, never mind. Almost like a commit in Git where you do your changes, and then you commit instead of just committing right away. This make history is like a way to commit. It's sort of annoying though. Remove at. Like for example right here what I'm doing is a big loop. And I'm adding all my actions to this action list. And then I commit all my changes. Okay, I should make a playlist just about with the music that I like. I wonder if I can drag and drop. Okay, let's pause that. Okay, I want the Talia. I'm not really sure about which other ones. Anyway, okay, I'll have to insert, put the concept. What? Right. What's wrong? It's never assigned to, so it just didn't update, okay. So make a story. In other words, I want this list of actions to be part of this class. Right there. Maybe I should give this more meaningful. One is past, the other is future. Past. I want a nice name. Essentially, I need the name needs to have this concept of something that's about to happen but did not happen yet. Whatever, possible past. No, setup Past setup, whatever. That's fine. Kind of don't like it, but whatever. Okay. Make history. Boop. This clears those. So it used to be set inverse, exactly A, B, past setup, future setup. Okay, let's go fix this. Remove, remove, remove. Okay, make it, so now it's no longer make history that I'm gonna be calling. Actually, I'm not calling anything at all. So now I can put this public. But now I need a new check. If past setup that count is more than 0. There you go. I'm liking this new compact code. This is gonna look much better than this whole dirty thing right there. Hey, by the way, how's everyone doing? Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm like editing my playlist. Okay. Is that all I needed? Set order. Reordering. Oh, this doesn't need to be there anymore. I should have committed some changes. So I'm doing this, I'm sorting A. Okay, so once I've done the sorting, I'm doing a bunch of remove at. Okay, so I need insert now. Public void insert int index t item. Okay. Insert. So what is insert? It's just like add. But at a different. So I just need to do insert. Okay. Remove at index. That appears to work. So this big piece of code is just a bunch of like remove and inserts. So in other words, I'm going to be calling remove at, and then I'm going to be calling insert. And then this thing is going to be handled correctly on its own. Okay, I like that. I wonder what other useful functions there are on a list. Hlist dot add range. Well, I don't need all of them, but maybe some of them. Clear is useful. I need to code that. Okay, let's code clear. Public void clear. Da, 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 da. Hlist dot clear. Okay, list of type T. I do that before? To list. I think. Okay, I need to do this twice. Because otherwise I'm doing this in a destructive way. Okay. Okay, how do I override? How do I override this sort of concept? How do I override? Okay, I have to leave in like 10 minutes, but then I'll be right back a bit later, like maybe 40 minutes later. Okay, I need to learn how to override the index parameter, the index operator, maybe. This is what I want. How do I overload the operator? Public int this. Okay, cool. That's really cool. Public t and this. I should put this on my other monitor. And key. So get return h list position key. I don't want to have a set on that. Or maybe I do. I could make a replace parameter. Okay, let's do that. Replace. Public void replace at. In other words, I need an int index and a t item. T removed item pretty much. H list at index. So replace means h list at element index equals item. Okay, so now when I do the set. Okay, whatever. Replace at. I don't like the key. Okay, I'm gonna make life a bit easier. Boolean public bool auto commit, something like that. By default, it should be maybe true. Okay. If auto commit make history. I pretty much need to add this to everything now. I'm liking this class already. That's funny. Why is it that every time I need to implement an index operator, I have to look it up? And each time I end up on this answer. Wish I could vote it up multiple times. Edit, yes. Okay. So I guess it's time to use this class now. Let's break everything. I have about 4 minutes before I need to leave. Okay, so this island's list of element is no longer that. It's now a list of, it's now an history list. What's wrong in that? Oh, I cannot operate on type of list. 4 each. I need 4 each in my code. Okay, I tried to do something like this, but this doesn't work. For each has nothing to do with indexer. You need to declare a get enumerator method that return collection. While you're at it, it may be wise to implement that. Hello, Shwisi. How are you doing? Hey, check this. Ah, shit, I just broke it. Okay, undo. Undo, undo, undo. Undo, 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 undo. Oh, do I really have that many mistakes? Okay, no good. I'm fine too. Because I have some really cool stuff now. Check that. I wrote a shader that makes this... it makes it wavy a bit. Home meter. I don't even know what that is. Oh wait, I've done the first thing, useful thing in school. Home meter. So okay, yeah, it looks great. Right now it's applied to everything, even my menu. Eventually, the waving is only gonna be applied to the leaves. Those little leaves all around. Oh, home meter. Maybe I know what that is then, now that you're telling me the context. Why did you write this in 2 words? Okay, yeah, I know what that is. It's an electrical instrument that measures electrical resistance. Yeah, I think I've used that before. Anyway, so the waving or slash the wind effect is only gonna be applied to the little leaves. And maybe slightly to the ground, maybe. Not that much at least. Wow. And also it's going to be applied to my other assets that are like plants. For example, this. All of those, they're gonna have a bit of wind on them. So it's gonna make them look like really alive. The whole world, like ever so slightly, not like in a big way, but just enough to have a bit of movement. And then that's gonna make the game feel like real, almost. When you start getting all these nice waves on everything. Yeah. Like already, like even though it's not good that it's applied to everything, it already gives this sort of nice feeling. No, this is super cheap. Yeah, this is it. I don't even think it affects my FPS at all. Right now it's applied to everything, all my menus. So it makes it kind of fun. To 4. Well, I'll have to test on my laptop, I guess, but I don't think this is gonna have any impact on anything. Like running this is like super cheap. Like the effect on the leaves is like so nice. Obviously, like when I'm zoomed in, the effect is less pronounced, but it's like really cool. I could watch something like that for hours. Like it really makes this 2D art come alive. Like the shaders on my games are cheaper because this is a 2D game. Everything is 2D. So it's anyway, I think I need to leave now. It's already 2. I'll be back later. So today I got enough time to code this concept of history list. And I'm gonna need to follow whatever this guy's saying. Enumerable car. So I'm gonna have to read whatever this says. And then allow my new thing that I call history list to be used with a for each loop. Anyway, like the more I work on this game, the more I see how like nice it's gonna look eventually. It's like everything one thing at a time. But yeah, anyway. It sucks to leave because like there's a lot of people here already. Anyway, peace. I'll be back in like maybe 1 hour, maybe 2 hours. I'm not entirely sure.